Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Memes of the Week. The best thing you can do for this channel is smash the like button on this video like it's a pre-transition Ellen page, so it reaches a wider audience. And now on with the memes. Number one, this one is taking conceptual art to a whole new level. An Italian artist sold an invisible sculpture for $18,000. If you could actually touch it and feel it, then that would be something. Actually, you could have made it out of black material that absorbs 99.4% of light, and put it into a room painted the same color, and they would technically be invisible. Now I know what I'm going to do for my next installation art piece. Moving on, Richard Cooper says that men are told what to do is right for everyone while women are told what to do is right for them. It's just yet another double standard between men and women. And the funny part is that most of the time, women don't even know what's right for them, so they still end up doing something wrong. The point is we live in a gynocentric society where everything should be about benefiting women, even all of men's behavior. Number three, the nuclear family unit and maybe the entire species is toast when 80% of Gen Zers would marry an AI. I think that number would go even higher if it was inserted into a sex bot. And no, this isn't fake news. The best relationship I've ever had was with a woman that mentally checked out for most of our relationship. It was like being with a non-person, and it was the best relationship ever. So AI will definitely make a great companion because it doesn't technically exist. Up next, Baylet asks if guys would actually give an average-looking woman a chance if she made the first move and approached them. In reality, most men would even give a below-average woman a chance if they approached them too. I know I did when I was a lot younger. The guy in this post says that he would even give a tree a chance if they approached him first, which validates my past behavior too. I've also done enough acid to verify that I would definitely talk to a tree if it approached me. Number 5, the man who invented pop-up ads says that he's sorry. He looks exactly the way you expect him to. I used to make a small fortune running pop-up ads on my websites back about 20 years ago now, and now I know who to thank for that. I remember how an entire generation was so traumatized that we ended up clicking on the X to close the pop-up window as quickly as possible. The worst were the cascading pop-ups where the pop-ups wouldn't stop popping until your browser ended up crashing. Moving on, looks like the New York Crime says that organ donors are rare, and that we need a new definition of death so we can harvest them. Sounds to me like the people on the left would gladly declare everyone on the right dead so they could harvest their innards the way they might a crop. After all, when you're a communist, they aren't your kidneys. They're our kidneys. Besides, you only need one kidney and one lung to be alive. That's what they'll end up saying. Number 7, here's Arnold Schwarzenegger with Will Chamberlain and Andre the Giant on the set of Conan the Destroyer. He obviously took this picture so he would intentionally look tiny next to them. What's really amazing is that Andre's hand is more than half the size of Arnie's head. Today, if you were to make a picture like this, people wouldn't believe it, and they would just say that it's AI generated. Maybe they also should have had Wilt and Andre fight it out in Conan the Destroyer. Up next, women will self-sabotage their lives and then complain that they're the victims. Who knew that cheating and telling the whole world about it would create consequences? She posted this with her real name too. Remember, Amy, that decent men are looking for decent women, not women that cheat on their partners and then publicly humiliate them in the papers. No man wants to sign up to be with a woman that's a public slut. If she cheats on other men, she's probably going to cheat on you too. Number 9, and they say that the perfect car doesn't exist. It also makes me wonder if there's a trunk full of buckets of chicken in that car made to look like a watermelon on wheels. Someone says that judging by the license plate, it's actually in watermelon capital Ukraine. Whoever owns this vehicle just needs to be careful he doesn't actually show it to black people, or it'll probably be gone forever. Well, one thing is for sure, this car doesn't look like a lemon. Moving on, The Atlantic says that first came the T app and then came male rage. That the T app was there to make women feel safe, and then hackers leaked women's data without consent and doxed them, and it revealed the horrible nature of men. Yes, men that were publicly shamed first and humiliated because a woman thought that they were creepier because the guy was a Chad, they wouldn't commit to her. This is one of the reasons I haven't posted pictures of myself online in over 10 years. Number 11, this article from back in 1989 predicted disaster and rising sea levels by the year 2000, if global warming was now reversed. Yet it's now 2025 and sea levels haven't gone up at all. Climate scientists are grifters. They preach doom and gloom so they can get more cash. I remember reading National Geographic magazine back in the late 80s and they were saying that most of the species on our planet would be extinct by now. Meanwhile, companies are figuring out ways to bring back extinct species these days. Up next, in case you didn't see them before, here are Sydney Sweeney's mirror selfies. Someone needs to hack into her phone and release the uncensored version. There's nothing as good as a thin woman with big naturals. All the fatties out there with flat chests are just envious of her and the male attention she's getting. They desperately want to cancel her so the attention she's getting goes to them. But instead, because of the Streisand effect, the more they talk about her, the more attention she gets. Number 13, meanwhile in Russia, they're making dementia care facility posters with Biden on them. That right there is comedy gold, Jerry. Also looks like he's hugging Zelensky in that photo. That's definitely better than having a picture of him sniffing the nursing home staff on the poster. As for me, I prefer this Star Trek version of Biden better where he's in Captain Pike's device chair. I don't think this one can be topped. Moving on, how would you feel about a remake of Alien and Aliens with Daisy Ridley as Ellen Ripley? How about we stop destroying classic films for future generations? She helped ruin Star Wars, so why not Aliens too? Us older guys have our memories of the older movies, but the bad reboots are there to basically wreck the mythology for the younger generations, and they're doing that. This is also about as ridiculous as having Emilia Clarke play Sarah Connor. Moving on, a woman beat her boyfriend so bad for eating her fries that he was hospitalized. And I wouldn't be surprised if the cops arrested him once he's well enough to leave the hospital. Feminists have tricked society into believing that women can't be the abusers, and that men can't be the victims. When something like this happens, they want us to ignore it. She also probably told him that she wasn't hungry when he was ordering food. Up next, when you think you're useless, just look at Jason Momoa's bodyguards. Actually, they do serve a very important purpose. They protect other people from Jason. They probably have the skills to neutralize Momoa in seconds so he doesn't do something stupid and have his victims subsequently target him with a lawsuit. Truthfully, these bodyguards are there to keep the single post-wall cat ladies from touching him. Number 17, El Salvador has now officially abolished presidential term limits. So that means Nayib Bukele will be president for life. I don't have a problem with that as he's made El Salvador the safest country in the Western Hemisphere. Libtards are saying that this is the slow slide into authoritarianism. Also, people seem to think that dictatorships are bad. But most don't realize that Julius Caesar helped fix Rome when he was in power as a dictator. If he stops being good, then they can always vote him out. Moving on, feminists in the UK are saying that this is sexist because single men are catching up to women when it comes to home ownership. I expect that single men will surpass women with this metric in the next few decades, as 70 to 80% of men are now going their own way single and aren't dating. Apparently, even the possibility of men getting ahead of women on one thing alone has to be stopped. They can't have us having anything. This chart also shows that less women are able to steal men's homes these days. Number 19, meanwhile in Canada, housing is so expensive that neither men nor women can afford their own property. All they're doing is transferring wealth from their boss to their landlord. In many cases, those two are the same person. And if somehow you get a mortgage, then your mission is to transfer wealth from your boss to your new landlord, the bank. Even when you do own your house outright, you still have to transfer wealth from your boss to the government in the form of property tax. Up next, Desiree says that women should be taken care of financially because they're the prize, and men need to pay. Yeah, good luck with that, lady. You're not the prize. You're the burden. And to many women, they're puzzled as to why a record number of men are choosing to stay single these days. Men have always been the prize and women don't want us to know that, so they're gaslighting us claiming that they're the prize instead. Number 21, here's proof that men are the prize. Nav's wife filed for divorce and wanted half his stuff, but found out he owns nothing and that everything is in his mother's name. That reminds me of this football player, Achraf Hakimi. His wife also got a shock that his money was in his mother's name too. Remember that 70% of sports ball players get divorced and it's usually shortly after they retire. Someone needs to teach them about female nature. Moving on, here's another rapper, Dank Damas, saying that to real men this is what a peak woman's body looks like. Any bigger though, and NASA would be naming her. Peak woman's body here will probably be dead in a year or two if she doesn't stop eating. Also imagine the smell coming off her body on a hot day in Louisiana. Also, is it just my imagination or does it look like she's got hooves in the picture on the left? Just because you look like a mountain lady doesn't mean you're peak. Number 23, meanwhile in China they have white monkey jobs, where they hire a Caucasian foreigner to make a company appear to be more international and important than it really is. This looks like it's China's version of DEI. It's all about projecting status by having a white male mascot for your company. While this photo is fake and AI generated, in China hiring a Caucasian frontman is a real thing. Up next, Jaguar had its Bud Light moment, and it lost 97% of its sales and now the CEO is out. Jaguars are also incredibly unreliable cars. You know the old joke. Why do Jaguar owners own two of them? one to drive, and the other one is in the shop being fixed. Does this really look like the car white middle-aged heterosexual males would buy? Maybe in a different color I would, but why pink? Here it is in another color. It might look sick in black. Number 25 and the last one, here's the difference between women on dating apps and their standards. The 3 women here are all on the T app rating men poorly, trying to ruin their reputation so that no other woman will ever date them again. But then again, I believe these women have great personalities and simply need to be cherished. But let's get real, these women can't afford to have high standards, so that's why they're bitter and want to destroy the sexual marketplace itself, because they can't win in it. So that's it for another Memes of the Week. Please give this video a like to push it up in the algorithm, and so new viewers can find it. If you enjoy this series and want me to keep making it, then donate at the PayPal subscribe star links below. Anyways, enjoy the rest of your day, and cheers.